In this video, I go over 5 features that I'd like to see added to Traktor Pro. Find out which ones those are coming up. Thank you for watching PDot TV, where you'll find tips, tricks, and tutorials for DJs and music performers. Now let's get into the video. So the first feature that I like to see added to Traktor Pro is an overhaul of the GUI. I'd like a more flatter, more modern design and clean it up a little bit. Traktor Pro probably has now the most cluttered and busiest looking GUI in comparison to all the other pro DJ software out there. From Serato DJ to Rekordbox DJ, Traktor Pro just seems out of place at this point with the styling of the GUI as well as just how busy it is. So if they could clean it up, declutter it a little bit, as well as, make it a little bit flatter and more modern, I think that would be a great look for Traktor. The second feature that I'd like to see added is something that users of Traktor have been moaning and groaning for years, and that is side-by-side waveforms. Much like what you get in Rekordbox DJ as well as Serato DJ, having the waveforms side by side allows for a better visual experience when trying to beat match 2 records. And I know that we do have the tempo matching display that kind of lets you know if a song is behind or ahead, and that does work in most instances, but it's a little unintuitive, especially if you're used to side-by-side waveforms. And if you're new to Traktor Pro, a lot of users don't even know what that tempo matching waveform is for. So having the ability to see those 2 songs moving side by side together, either being vertical or horizontal as well, makes a lot of sense. So if they could rearrange the decks to have this as a feature, I think it'd be welcomed by tons of Traktor users out there. The next feature that I'd like to see added to Traktor is the ability to have a loop stay active even when you're recueing or hitting the same cue point over and over again. Now this is something that seems kind of specific, but it's something that's the same in a lot of DJ softwares, and it's just not intuitive in Traktor, where if I set a loop later in the song but I re-cue it to hit cue point 1 or 2 or something earlier in the song, it deactivates that save loop. So if we had the ability to have that loop still maintain its active status while re-cueing earlier in the song or getting back to a certain point, it would make the workflow of Traktor a lot better and a lot quicker in my opinion, and just more in line with the other DJ softwares out there, such as Rekordbox DJ and Serato. The fourth feature that I'd like to see added to Traktor is something that a lot of users have been asking for as well, and that's elastic beat grids. Traktor was one of the first DJ softwares to make beat grids really important and really vital to the whole way of digital DJing, but they kind of got left behind when software started allowing for elastic beat grids. What this meant is that a song that may change in tempo, just like a transition track, could start off at a 70 BPM, and then the actual beat grid could change along the song and switch to 128 or 100 or whatever the song actually morphed into BPM wise. Currently, this isn't actually possible in Traktor. You can only have 1 BPM per track. Now, in instances such as transition tracks, that makes a lot of sense. But another instance where, an actual elastic beat grid really makes sense is songs with live drummers or older soul and funk songs before stuff actually got, gridded to a track, old rock songs, anything with a live player or that has a little bit more feel to it. Being able to adjust the beat grid bar by bar or 4 bars or by phrase or whatever it takes to actually make the grid match the actual track makes so much more sense, and it helps out, especially if you're a DJ that uses sync or that uses a lot of effects. If your beat grid is wrong, especially with effects, if your beat grid is wrong, everything's gonna be out of whack. All those time-based effects don't really have the same, capabilities that they would if your beat grid is completely off, which happens a lot when you're playing older records that don't have things, gridded and things quantized the way they are now in hip hop and in electronic music as well. So the ability to have elastic beat grids is something that I think a lot of users would really enjoy, and a lot of Traktor users are really missing out on in comparison to the other DJ softwares out there. I know that once I had the ability to change my transition tracks from one tempo to another within the beat grid, it definitely made it a lot easier to use those kind of tracks in the DJ softwares that I use now, because now I can just visually see the BPM and see it change and know exactly where I am, and makes mixing that much faster, even if I'm beat matching manually. Now the last feature that I like to see added to Traktor is the actual switch out from the sample deck to an actual machine deck. Now this is something that's been talked about for years now, and Ableton Link kind of gave us a glimpse into what this could possibly be, to have maybe like a mini version of a machine deck in the place of a sampler deck. Just makes so much sense They kind of have similar functions. Of course, the machine deck would have way more function than just the sample player, but that ability to have, more NI hardware working together with their software in different platforms, because, Machine is their beat making software and Traktor is their DJ software, but to have these two connected, I mean, it just makes so much sense. They already seem to have a lot of overlap as far as uses are concerned, because you see a lot of Traktor DJs using machines as their controller just because there's so much control that you can have over the software using the machine hardware with Traktor Pro. So having an actual machine deck and being able to, drop samples, drop loops, chop them up, sequence them. There are those kind of functionalities in Traktor currently with things like, DJ Tech Tools has their MIDI fighter that has the ability to sample and sequence stuff that's in the sampler deck. So with some hacking, it has been possible, but I think having an official, mini machine deck or iMachine deck or whatever they want to call it and have that functionality directly in the actual Traktor software makes so much sense, and I think it'll help sales of not only Traktor products but machine products as well. So those are my 5 features that I'd like to see added to Traktor Pro. So question of the day, which features would you like to see added? Go ahead and leave that down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And as always, if you found this video useful, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click right here to subscribe to this channel. Or if you'd like to watch more content, go ahead and click on that video right there. And thank you for watching PDot TV, where you'll find tips, tricks, and tutorials for DJs and music performers. See you next time.